Hey, what's up, everyone? This is an audio-only episode. My name is Preston, and I'm here with...
April.
Yes, April's with me. I'm here, and this is an audio-only episode, and you're listening to a typical podcast. I'm here in Oceanside visiting April and my brother. I'm not going to say his name. No, I could have said his name. I'm visiting my bro, Ty, and I'm here in Oceanside. That's where we are, right?
Yep.
Oceanside. So I couldn't bring all my equipment, but I said, hey, I don't want to skip a week. So I said, I'm going to do an audio-only episode, and I'm going to do it with April. So April, what did our day entail of? What was the main subject of today?
Well, we did a little road trip up north to an area called Temecula.
Yeah.
We were looking at some potential houses that we might be moving into.
Yeah. Well, you might be, you and my brother. Yeah,
yes,
not me.
And my family. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Preston, I don't know.
I will visit the house.
You will visit the house, and I don't know if you maybe transfer schools. You might wind up
maybe
down south. So
it's a possibility. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, we checked out. There was house shopping is an experience.
yeah, was that your first time?
Well, I've been to houses, but to a few open houses just for fun.
Right.
But I would say this was the first time I was with people that were actually looking for houses.
So not just
yeah,
to pass the time.
Yeah, my mom
on
likes
a Sunday.
Yeah, if my mom sees an open house and it's on the way or something, she'll be like, "Oh, let's check it out." But that's pretty much it. But yeah, we saw a few houses. What would you say is a must-have for you in a house?
I would say, because we have a little one, a lot of room.
Oh yeah, they have a kid, by the way, everyone. If you don't know
She
that.
actually just turned 3, so she's getting bigger. She needs a lot more room to run around, and we're also, I think, one of the most important things, even with where we're planning on moving, is where she's going to end up going to school. So
yeah,
we've found a couple nice places. Some places had pools. Some places had lakes.
Some houses had pool tables.
Pool tables.
And those houses I thought were pretty baller.
They were pretty baller. I mean, just the potential of having a pool table it's a pretty baller move.
Yeah.
To have.
I don't use these words baller and swag too much, but when I stepped into one of the houses, I said, this house doesn't have swag, but it's pretty baller. And there were 2 houses that I thought were pretty baller. Mm-hmm. And they were. Thanks to the pool table.
Yeah. Well, yeah, going looking shopping for houses, when they dress them up that way, that's kind of it reels you in, because it's just this is what your house could potentially look like. But then you think about it again and it's well, what kind of furniture do I have now? You kind of have to imagine it in that kind of zone.
I got suckered in.
You did get suckered in. You got suckered in by a kitchen sink.
Yeah, it looked super modern and sleek, and I was like, this is the house for me.
You could fit a small child in it, really comfortably. But yeah, that's how they get you. It's just, that's how people go to school for interior design and styling that way.
It wasn't even the house that was nice. It was just everything in the house made it way nicer, and I was like, I want this.
Yeah.
I want this lifestyle.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were really nice houses. They were, don't get me wrong. It was pretty cool getting to see all different styles and stuff. It's funny because you think you really want a new house, but with houses that are being built now, they give you a lot of cool different spaces, but the neighborhoods themselves are really cramped. Our houses, our parents' houses had backyards and real neighborhoods that felt
they felt
cool,
houses, whereas these felt like buildings that you lived in.
Yeah, they're really stacked on top of each other, so it's kind of interesting that even though it's a new neighborhood and a new community, it's just it feels really crammed sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would not. An ideal house for me would not be those kinds of houses where they're just like we saw there were some houses that didn't have driveways at all.
Yeah, that's
That was
interesting.
That was, and the roads seemed kind of like small. So like if you were to back into the garage, the front would be facing the other person's garage, like almost touching it, and that would just be weird.
Yeah. To think that yeah.
They tried fitting in as much. They tried keeping as much space to have for houses as much as possible, and that's disgusting.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we're gonna look at more houses along the way, but it gave us a good idea of what we want, what we don't want.
Yeah.
So it was kind of neat to drive around and see the differences, just like a short drive away.
Yeah, and I got to learn stuff. I was like, oh, you got to keep in mind stuff with houses, like neighborhoods, stuff like that.
Yep.
If you see graffiti, that doesn't mean the neighborhood's bad.
No, that's true.
Just means there's an artist that around the
yeah,
the
just
area.
someone who just wants to express themselves. And
Yeah.
Sometimes that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm here in Oceanside because it's Lil Aubrey. It was Lil Aubrey's birthday party, but her birthday's on Tuesday. So when this comes out tomorrow. But Tuesday. Okay. She's 3. How was that?
It's pretty exciting. It's cool to see how much she's growing up and learning how to communicate more with us, and sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that's a bad thing, because it was really cute when she just started to talk and started to like tell us what she likes and what she wants, but now it's kind of getting more of like
now she can say
demand.
No and stuff that she doesn't like. She's like, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's cute, but there's a certain level where that's not as cute.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely it's so different from like how I see her growing up to you seeing her growing up, because like she is your child, and but like she is like, I don't know, it's so like I don't see her as like I don't know I don't see her as like being 3. Is that I don't know how to describe it, but like I don't see her growing up the same way you guys might see her.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys live pretty far.
Yeah,
you don't see her as often.
I don't see her as much.
Well, so like when you I mean, you see her on my like Instagram and stuff, but it is different seeing her on a day-to-day to like how often you get to see her. So do you see like a big difference in
because
how she is?
Because on Instagram and stuff, it's like you do post videos and stuff, but like it, for the most part, you have a lot more pictures of Aubrey, and so like I see those and I'm like, oh, she looks like Aubrey, but like coming for the birthday party, I'm like, this Aubrey talks more and like acts a little different. It's cool. It's cool.
Do you think because of how I post things about Aubrey, do you feel like she's got a different personality than you thought?
Well, I guess on Instagram I see more of the like, ooh, what's this kind of stuff, or like her exploring and like discovering things. But you do post like crying faces of her.
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, sometimes that's the thing with social media, right? It's always like the snapshot of like the highlights of the day, right? I mean, you saw in the car she just had a meltdown over Play-Doh, so I mean, kids are gonna be kids. They're not always going to be like perfect little angels, and I try not to like put her on a pedestal like, look, she's such a perfect person. She's not.
That's good. That's good that you do that.
Yeah, you gotta like keep her in check and make sure that social media can see that, you know, like she's just like any other kid. Like,
some people, I don't know, because since I have puppies and stuff like that, I kind of picture them as like dogs in a way. I'm probably not the best comparison, but like there's some people that are like, oh my god, my dog's amazing, they're the best dog ever. But realistically, it's just that's your dog. Doesn't make that dog the best dog ever or that great.
Okay.
You could have a cool dog. Just like you could have a cool kid, but it's not. That's your kid. Doesn't make it the best kid in the world. Right?
I
wasn't specifically talking about your.
No,
yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's like. I mean, yeah. It's a very loose way to say to compare kids to dogs,
yeah.
but I mean, yeah. I guess the only big difference between children and your pets is that kids can talk.
Yeah, because in a way, you're kind of like you're teaching them and like what to do, kind of in certain situations and stuff. But like obviously, with a child, it's more advanced than a dog, I would say.
Yeah, but I mean, you take cues from kids the same way you would take cues from dogs. They just can't tell you in words. They can.
Yeah.
They communicate.
Yes. You heard it here, folks. Mm-hmm. Folks. Dogs and kids are exactly the same. Speaking of kids, we were at a playground, right? 'Cause Aubrey was playing there. And it was just something just in my mind. I realized something. Kids kind of act like crackheads. Cause I was playing with Aubrey and like I was going through the playground set and there were other kids. So when you start seeing kids, talking to themselves and, closing imaginary doors, like close, open, close, open, close, open, and they're not doing anything around anyone else, they look kind of like a crackhead.
They look kind of crazy, but that's just them using their imagination. See, it's okay.
It's adorable.
It's okay if you're, if it's like maybe 5 or 6 years old and under to be in traditional civilization and public spaces to talk to yourself. It's okay if you're a kid because that's them just using their imagination. Right. But anywhere beyond that, then you start to kind of look a little crazy.
But these crazy people, they're just using their imagination.
Sure, yeah.
With help. No, because it was, I don't know, it was just so funny. Like, I don't know. One of the kids was like, "I'm going to jail," and just saying things. I can't remember what the kid was saying, but it was some specific phrase that I was like, okay, I can imagine me walking through downtown San Diego or downtown or San Francisco or something, and some actual adult person saying this to no one. So yeah, guys, next time you guys go to a playground and there's kids, just watch them, but don't be there without a reason. Don't be weird just watching kids.
Yeah, being an adult at a playground without a child.
Have a reason. Next time you're in a playground area and there's children and you have a reason to be there, just notice how... I'm not advocating for people to just kid watch.
To leer at children at parks
because
by themselves.
That's a little weird. But yeah. How was Valentine's Day passed? Did my brother do anything?
Did he do anything? We
for
tried.
Valentine's Day?
We tried. So not to bring the podcast down, but we did actually have to go to a funeral on Valentine's Day. It was for a grandma that had passed away. But it was interesting because it kind of put things into perspective when you think about it, because we had to drive up early in the morning because it was about a 3-hour drive. And then when we drove back, we actually got caught up in like 2 hours of traffic. So it turned a 3-hour drive into about like 5.5 hours.
Oh my God.
And then, we were really tired by the end of the day, and we still felt like maybe we should do something for Valentine's Day just to, like treat ourselves. Yeah. But, so we ended up like trying to go to Texas de Brazil, which is a Brazilian steakhouse. Okay. Where they like cut meat off of like swords.
That sounds cool.
It would have been really cool. I've been there one time. But your brother looked it up on like Google just to see like, because you know how it shows like the bars of like how busy it is, like a little like grid of like, oh, it's busy at this time, or like it might be this much of a wait. So
it's kind of,
yeah, if you look up like a restaurant and it'll say like kind of what the wait times are.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it says it's not that busy. It says it's about like a 15-minute wait. I was a little skeptical. I was like, are you sure? Like, maybe we should call. But we didn't call. We just, like, I trusted in the Google. And so we got there. And I already saw a couple, like, standing outside. I was like, this doesn't look good. And then we, like, walk in. And there's, like, 3 or 4 other couples waiting.
Yeah.
And so we went to like the check-in desk and we're like, hey, we don't have a reservation. Like, what's the current wait time? They're like, oh, like 2.5 hours. And we're like, peace, and just walked out. And so we checked the other places around and there was about like the same, like 2-hour waits. And so like, you know, your brother felt bad that we weren't like doing something for Valentine's Day. But, you know, I was like, you don't really have to do anything. Like,
yeah.
We ended up just going to Taco Bell and then coming back home and just like having like a low lit, like dim lighting dinner with your mom and Aubrey, which was perfect in a sense. You really don't have to do all that much on Valentine's Day as long as you're like, you know, with the people that you care about. And it's like we were stuck in like 5 hours of traffic, but we were stuck with like my mom and my sister, and we kind of just like joked about it. It was like there was no way to get around that, right?
Yeah.
And so it was just a funny way to say like, you know, in the morning we kind of had to start it like on a somber note, but we were like spending time with people that we love because we had to like come together for a specific reason. And then we got stuck together for the ride home. And then instead of like kind of being suckered into like what you think you have to do for Valentine's Day, we just were like, you know what, F it. We're just going to low key just have a quiet dinner.
That's totally fine because you know what I did Valentine's Day?
What did you do Valentine's Day?
I played video games.
But I mean, for Preston, if you gave him like a Valentine's Day card, it would go directly to I Heart Video Games because who says you have to be like in a relationship with a human being?
Okay, well,
in relationships with video games.
No, I like video games, but no, I didn't. Valentine's Day it's not a real holiday. It's a nice idea. It's a
nice
cool thing.
Gesture, but it is a very.
If you are in a relationship, Valentine's Day is a good day to be like to do something.
Yeah.
Because you're like, all right, this is Valentine's Day. I'm with someone that I love or like.
Or enjoy their company.
Yeah. Or whatever.
You don't need to put a label on it,
yeah.
But you know.
But it's Valentine's Day. You guys can go do something and just be like, that's the day that you could be like, let's go do something.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But, I'm never. I used to, in elementary school, Valentine's Day, I don't know if they do this now, but like you'd bring in like candies or like little cards.
Yeah,
or something.
And they do it they're still doing it at like the preschool level, so it's cool. Like, it's a cute little thing for them to like to pass out their little Valentines and stuff.
Because when I even in elementary school, I was like, this is weird. Why do I have to give people candy for Valentine's Day? Because like. I was just, as a kid, I was like, there's hearts, there's like pink, and there's like cards and stuff, and just saying, I heart you, or stuff like that. And I was like, why am I giving people this?
Yeah, it's a funny thing to think about, right? Like, you're telling kids to give
their love
to
other kids.
Their love to like, all their
peers.
Their peers who they might not particularly enjoy, but they kind of just like had to do it. So I guess it's a good, at the very base of it, it's a good exercise for them to like just say like, hey, I appreciate your friendship at the very base level of it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, for Aubrey, she's only 3, so I think it was just cute for them to just feel like they had a task. Other. Yeah, I think they went around and put like their Valentines in each of their bags. I had like a I had a moment where I was like, should I even put the kids' names on each of them? Because I don't even know if she's gonna give it to the right kid, because they're not at reading capacity quite yet.
Yes.
So I mean, when I looked into her bag, I did see like maybe there was like 2 that had her name, like 2 Aubrey from this person, but a lot of them were just blank because you just figured they just wanted a task to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it's just like a good way for them to begin the process of just like being nice to each other for that day. So
Yeah.
it doesn't quite mean the same thing that it does when you're grown up, I guess.
Yeah, because I don't remember if I wrote people's names on. I think I did. I think for certain people I was like,
yeah, probably like elementary level, sure.
Yeah, when I was like 5th grade or something, I did that. I heard, this was like years ago, but like something about like Valentine's Day being the not most expensive, but like they make a lot of money on Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I mean,
that was like, it was something about like one of the holidays that makes the most money, I think. I think that's
sure.
what it was.
I mean, because it's a targeted holiday to, like, when you're like in a relationship and you have to feel like you have to, one, go to dinner, get the flowers, get the chocolates and things. There are things that like flowers and chocolates you can get year round. You can go to dinner year round.
I think that's what it was. I think
the
chocolates was the thing that their most purchases ever is like Valentine's Day.
Because that's an easy get and they can charge however much they want.
Yeah.
Because if you're like scrambling, like that's the thing to get. And like, I think we went to like See's Candy like the day or two before, and there was like lines, like because people are just getting their Valentine's Day goodies.
Yeah.
Which I don't think like a See's Candy is like very like much popping on a daily.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
So yeah, you'll see. That's probably why you'll see like a spike in like chocolates, maybe lingerie, and like
Teddy bears.
Yeah, like
that is
sell,
so
like,
weird. That's
huge
so
teddy
weird.
bears.
That's so weird that teddy bears is like the Valentine's Day or one of the Valentine's Day gifts.
Yeah, something cuddly.
Yeah.
Like plushes are like.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like, there's nothing wrong with teddy bears, but like that's just so interesting that it's like one of the icons of for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, just like the soft and cuddly.
Yeah.
Kind.
Yeah. And every once in a while they're holding a little heart pillow or something. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know. Nobody gives me those,
No
but
one gives you Valentine's. I find that very surprising.
Yeah, I know. I'm adorable. But yeah, what was I? Oh wait, I was just about to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was. I swear. Oh yeah. Okay. Fun fact for all you listeners. April was one of the first people to help me, or when I was making the logos and like the design, and like when I first thought of the idea for a podcast, April was one of the first people I like talked to about it.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me some advice, and she when I showed her logos and stuff, I asked for her opinion, and the logo you see is her fault.
Sweet.
No, I mean, no, it's a good logo. I think it's good, but like, yeah, she gave me some input and output, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on? Oh wait. Oh, the picture for the logo on the picture you guys are seeing right now is you took that picture of me.
I did. We had a little photo shoot.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
saw a side of you that I don't get to see very often, where you like to like your modeling side. Yeah. We took a good amount of photos, so I'm glad we found one that stood out and that was good enough for your podcast cover.
Yeah. I was debating between like 2 or 3, but I went with this one because, to be honest, because there's like a little shadow. There was a little shadow, and I was like, that's cool. I like that for the background.
You know what I think you should do? I think at the end of this podcast, you should do like a slideshow
of all
the
pictures.
Yeah, no, that'd be a good.
Oh my.
That'd be a good thing to just have running.
I don't know about that.
Maybe like a couple. Maybe like a handful, like a flip book of them. because we took a lot.
Yeah, we did take a lot. There were some that were blurry, some where I was not standing in the right spot, and some where the background kind of fell apart because we didn't have like a real. We put up a blanket behind me.
Yeah.
But it worked. It worked.
Yeah, I think in a pinch it was a pretty good photo shoot session.
Yeah, it was. Like, I'm sure all of you thought it was very professional, but turns out there were some. We just used a blanket and a camera.
Yeah, that's
and
sometimes.
Me.
That's sometimes.
That's all you
it
need.
takes. Yep.
Yeah, because this is like an interesting. This is a good segue, but like, we have a lot of tools now. Like, our phones, we have cameras. We got some of the cameras on phones are really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of apps that you can use straight from your phone to just give them that extra oomph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like, when I was vlogging one time and my camera died, so I grabbed my phone and I was like, I don't really record with my phone ever, but so I started doing it and I was really impressed with how good it looked. Like, I could tell because I was recording, but you almost couldn't tell that they were two different.
The transition from yep. That's pretty cool. That's just a sign of a good videographer, I guess.
Yeah. And technology.
Mm-hmm.
Combination of both.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you guys are doing stuff or wanting to do stuff, you have the tools. You could just do it. That's what I'm doing.
You're living the dream, Preston.
I'm living the dream, I know. I'm sure this is just me, but I'm a little conceited.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that word means. Isn't that like full of yourself?
Yeah, full of yourself. Yeah.
So I guess I'm somewhat not conceited, or I don't know. I walk not every time. I'm backtracking a lot, but let's just say every once in a while when I'm walking and there's a reflection nearby or some sort of mirror-esque type thing where I could see myself.
Yep.
My head turns and I look at myself. Every single time.
Is it just because it's like in your peripheral and you're just like, who is that?
No, it's not like a who is that. It's like I know who that is.
And it's like, yeah, that guy looked good.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. It's like, oh, hey, that's me. And then I look at myself. I'm like, yeah,
It is what it is.
Yeah. No. What does that mean?
You know, like in New Girl.
Oh.
How Nick's just like, it is what it is.
Oh, no, it's more like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I don't know. That was just a little fun fact about me. When I look in the mirror or some sort of reflection, I just stop and stare at myself for a moment.
You like what you see.
I like what I see.
That's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being confident.
Thank you.
Like Demi Lovato says.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It actually is a good song. Oh yeah. Oh my God. I almost forgot. We saw Birds of Prey.
We saw Birds of Prey. Yeah.
That was a really good movie.
I enjoyed it.
That was a really good movie.
I enjoyed it.
Oh my God.
I'm bummed that it's not getting as much love as it should.
Yeah. Is it really not?
I guess. I mean, the thing that just keeps popping up is that like they had to change the name because it just wouldn't fit on like the marquees. It's just a really long name, but it's a really cool name. It's a very unique name. Like
it makes sense with the movie. It's dope.
Yeah,
it's cool.
No, it was a very enjoyable movie. Like,
oh my God,
it was really fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
Okay, I always have a hard time saying Ewan.
Yeah,
but he killed it. Margot Robbie killed it. All of them killed it.
Yep.
The action they killed it.
Yeah,
the comedy was funny.
It was funny. Yeah, everything was like timed really well, and
it worked with like Suicide Squad before. Like, if you didn't like Suicide Squad, that's totally fine. But like
yeah, I mean, you honestly really don't
even
have to watch.
Yeah, you don't have to
if you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
like Birds of Prey, The Emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
like you could just watch that standalone and just enjoy it.
Yeah. But if you did watch Suicide Squad, there's a few little jokes here and there that if you watch it, you'll be like, oh, cool. I love that movie. That was a really good movie.
Yeah, no, it was filmed really well. All the characters were pretty like.
They were well written.
Yeah, they were well written. There wasn't like anything that felt kind of like amiss with the characters. Like they all had their purpose.
Yeah. Like Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Like
she fought for the film, so like she wanted it to.
I'm so happy.
Happen.
I'm so happy for her.
I'm glad that it did.
I'm so happy for her.
It's cool. Like it's cool. It's because it's almost like Deadpool, right? Like Ryan Reynolds like really fought for that character, and he is Deadpool.
He
right?
is Deadpool. Yeah.
Like Margot Robbie is like the Harley Quinn.
Fun fact, everyone. Me and April, we met Margot Robbie.
We did get to meet Margot Robbie.
And I took a picture with her.
You looked a little nervous. Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was. I didn't think I was going to be nervous for her too. I was like Will Smith. And then Will Smith like shook my hand and it was like, "What's up?" I even have a vlog of it, whatever. It's cool. I'm happy.
You can pop it up.
Yeah, it's cool. But and then like they were all leaving afterwards, and Margot Robbie was still there, and she took a picture with someone, and I was like next to her, and I was like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I can't do."
No,
Shirley next. She was like, "Oh yeah, sure."
Yeah, no, she's really sweet. Yeah, she was very nice. She stuck around for a while, even after a lot of the cast had already dipped.
Yeah, and one person was like, "We gotta go."
Oh,
and she was like, "Okay, sorry, I got."
Yeah, well, it's funny because they were actually heading
to go to Conan. Right?
Yeah, they were late for Conan, so
I'm living the celebrity life.
You made them late for Conan. But no, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, Margot Robbie's really cool.
Yeah.
Moral of
the story.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie.
I'm a fan of Margot Robbie.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a cool name too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. She's so cool.
Yeah, so yeah, go out and see Birds of Prey.
Yeah, go watch Birds of Prey. I didn't think we were doing like an advertisement or something, but this isn't even an advertisement.
This isn't a paid advertisement. It's just
anything.
It was a good movie. Like
it was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
If you like action, you like comedy, go check it out.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty much at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, this was the weekend. This is what we did.
We had a very eventful weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, April, for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for listening to the first ever audio only episode. Hopefully I do not intend on doing more on purpose, but if for whatever reason I don't have equipment, I will do an audio only episode. But thank you guys for listening and watching. April, do you have any final thoughts you want to say? Maybe and do you want people to follow you, or do you just
look
happy?
Out for that content. I'm gonna try to catch up. I still have a lot of stuff from like Comic-Con last year. I am going this year, so I might drop that
Comic-Con
content.
Nice. But yeah, guys, check it out. Thank you for listening, and this has been the podcast.